Have you ever experienced self-doubt? What is self-doubt? Well, it is an inability to trust ourselves. It's a mental state in which we doubt our confidence, we doubt our abilities and our self-worth. It leads to diminished self-esteem. It can even bring us to stop pursuing a goal or trying to achieve a goal. Some other form that the self-doubt can take are procrastination or self-sabotage, or having that feeling that you are on a plateau, that there is a glass ceiling that you cannot go through, feeling like you are stuck. Self-doubt can be triggered by past failures, by high expectations on ourselves or on others, having too high of standards. It can be triggered by different fears, like the fear of rejection or the fear of judgment, what other people would think about us, right? Self-doubt can hinder our ability to develop ourselves, our self-growth, and it can stop us for attaining a certain goal because it brings us sometimes to give up. It also affects how we make decisions, or it brings us to not want to make any decisions. All right, how to overcome self-doubt? Well, my first step is to embrace self-doubt like a normal part of the journey. A young man who wants to go on a self-discovery journey goes to a wise man because he has self-doubt. He thinks he will not be able to reach that level of self-mastery. And the wise man asks him to look at a cherry tree that is blossoming. He asks the young man, "Can you see that cherry tree?" And the young man says, "Yes, I can." And he asks him, "Do you think that cherry tree has self-doubt about its ability to blossom?" And the young man says, "Of course not. He doesn't doubt his ability to blossom." And so the wise man tells the young man, "Well, so it is with you. This tree trusts his innate ability, his innate power to blossom. He has confidence in who he is." The tree, right? The tree has confidence in who it is, and it has confidence in the inner wisdom that makes a tree blossom, right? And so it is for us human. Maybe it's part of our human nature to have self-doubt from time to time, especially after we reach a high, and if we let ourselves be carried out through that high. But then we have already within ourselves everything necessary to accomplish our soul's mission, our soul's purpose, our soul's desire. So trusting in that inner ability, in that inner wisdom that knows exactly what we need to do, is going to help us to get out of the self-doubt quite fast. Or at least we look at that self-doubt just like an observer, like, "Oh, I'm in that phase again, and oh, I find myself wanting to eat a little bit more junk than usual." Well, for you it can be what it is, right? But after that phase, when you observe yourself, you can also notice, you can also witness when that phase is over and you go to do your activities, right? Your activities that are beneficial to you and to your goal, to your life's purpose, your soul's purpose. When it comes to dealing with self-doubt, my approach will really be to embrace it. It's like the divine feminine approach, to embrace it and to go within to find inspiration that will help us to get out of that phase of self-doubt. And at the same time, we want to be proactive, like the divine masculine, and do the things that will boost our confidence in order to elevate our true self-worth. If you are on a journey, then you will have phases when you feel the self-doubt because you fear the judgment of others, because you are comparing yourself to others, or because you set too high expectation for yourself in a very short amount of time. Those are some reasons why we can experience self-doubt. All those situation will trigger self-doubt. And in my case, by embracing self-doubt, by knowing that it's a normal part of the journey, I almost expect those phases to come after a high, like go into a phase of self-doubt. But after you make a milestone in your own goal, you can be an artist, you can be an entrepreneur. After each milestone, big milestone, you might feel self-doubt because of the reasons that we said before, right? The feeling of success, the feeling of a high that generally is followed by a low. It's just nature. After winter, we have feeling. After summer, we go slowly into winter through the fall, right? And after winter will not be eternal. Winter can be that self-doubt phase, and after that phase it will pass too, and then the spring will come back, and then the summer, which is our climax. So one step was to embrace our self-doubt and to start the inner work to understand what is holding us back. So before I forget it, if you made it so far through this video and you enjoyed it, please hit the like button, because it really makes a difference in the algorithm apparently, so that many people can discover this video and stop battling with self-doubt. Okay, so one step was to embrace our self-doubt and to start the inner work to understand what is holding us back. And another aspect is to build the skills. We can have self-reflection, we can challenge our negative thoughts, because it's just the thinking, but it's not necessarily true. Maybe like your piece of art is not good enough, right? Or I am not good enough to be an artist, or I am not good enough to be a YouTuber, I am not good enough to be a high performing trader, or I am not good enough to have my ideal weight. All those thinking, all those challenging thoughts are not necessarily true. So we can uncover them and really look at what is the root, what is underneath them, right? We think we want to manage our time better, but the real cause, what is underneath, is that we fear to say no to other people because we fear the rejection, and so we are always taking too much, saying yes to too many things, and we think we have a time management problem, when in fact we need to learn to prioritize our life and also to have the courage to say no, because saying no to something that is not a priority for us is saying yes to something else that is really a priority to us, right? So why do we experience self-doubt? Some elements that will lead to self-doubt are comparing yourself to someone further on the journey than you are, thinking that you should be at the same level from your day one when they are already at the day 100 or day 1000, right? So comparing yourself with other people will certainly hinder your own sense of confidence, your own sense of self-worth. And number 2 is unrealistic expectations for yourself in setting too high of a goal for a too short period, right? This will also cause self-doubt because it's not realistic. So instead, judge from your capacity, from your skill level, what you can realistically do in a period of time. Take that as your standard. It is okay to dream big. Then you have to chunk down that dream, to divide that big dream into baby steps that are really clear for you to see how you can attain those things. For example, for the weight loss. So if you want to get rid of unwanted weight, then you can see what has been your past experience, but also you can then understand that it's not just for a period of time to lose the weight and then yo-yo effect, you get it back again at some point, but it is your new lifestyle, it is your new identity. You become the kind of person who live healthy, and your expectation to yourself are not just what the the scale is going to tell you, but it's mostly how you are going to behave, what you are going to eat, a lot of vegetables and fresh food. And then after that, you can still have 20% of the time the things that you just love and you consciously know that they are not so beneficial for your goal. For example, for me, when I'm in those phases of self-doubt, this is when I will indulge in things that are not really beneficial for me. Like right now, I came out of one phase. In that phase, I allow myself to have dairy product, to have ice cream with the kids. And after a while, I will notice, like, I don't know if you can see it clearly, like pimple on my cheeks, right? Coming from me indulging into things that I know are not so beneficial for my goals, right? Having sugary foods, cookies and whatever, it's not who you are, right? It is the part of yourself who is doubting yourself, who has lost its confidence, that is doing that thing. But instead of rejecting that part and wanting only the other part where everything is always perfect and you are so disciplined, it is okay to embrace that part as well and to say, okay, I am in that phase again, right? Have the awareness to see yourself being in that phase and have the compassion, the true love, where you don't only accept and tolerate yourself, but when you love that part of yourself. And it doesn't determine who I am as a person. Your tendency can also be flight or fight, right? Because the part of the brain that is activated when you are in the self-doubt is more like a instinctual part of the brain, the amygdala, that just want to protect you. So let's hide now, let's survive, right? Or let's fight. And that part of the brain is not the one that will bring you closer to your goals. For that, you need to activate the prefrontal cortex, the most evolved part of your brain that is going to have self-governance, right? That is trusting in your innate wisdom, that is planning forward what can happen for you. In the series, It's Time to Level Up, we talk about the master plan in phase 1. So the importance of planning in advance. When you plan, you also need to think in advance about those phases of self-doubt. And if you have people around you who are encouraging for you, then it won't be long and it goes in both directions, right? You won't have as much phases of self-doubt as someone who has an environment that is constantly judging them negatively. So after we embrace it with that inner wisdom, it is interesting to look at the limiting beliefs, right? At the cause. Maybe in the past we experienced something that triggers the self-doubt now in this situation. Maybe it was a comment from someone in our environment, like you are not worthy, not smart enough, or not pretty enough, or not fit enough, not beautiful enough, not spiritual enough, you don't have enough diplomas, you don't have the expertise. Well, the list can go on and on in all areas of our life, but it's us that should reframe those things. Okay, this is just your opinion of me, right? And it is a reflection of you in myself. So that's why you are judging me. I'm allowed not to take into consideration your judgment on me. And sometimes we do that to ourselves. We think those thoughts like, I'm not enough, I'm going self-sabotage, I don't deserve this, I'm not worthy of it, am I ever going to succeed in this? Or it's too slow, the evolution is too slow for me, I should be somewhere else, I should be at another stage, right? That's when you start feeling behind whatever you are doing, right? So instead, you catch those thoughts and you challenge them, and very importantly, you start changing at the thought level what you are thinking. Take something general, a general truth for you that is encouraging you to go into the right direction. For me, it can be something like, I already have within me everything that I need. There is a divine order. Those affirmations, those thoughts will help me to come back, try to tap into that inner wisdom. Do you try to meditate when you have self-doubt? If you succeed at doing that meditation, then it can accelerate your liberation also from self-doubt. All right, the step 2 to overcome self-doubt is more like the divine masculine part where we do something, right? And that is setting goals that are more realistic for you. I know. We say dream big, use your imagination, and so on. It's also part of the equation. And then get practical after that big dream. You take it, you divide it into baby steps that you can do right now. And you start there without procrastination, because that step is so easy that you can clearly see yourself doing that. For example, for me, it took me time to film these new videos. So many ideas in my head why I shouldn't be filming yet. But with everything concording, with the divine order helping, it's possible today. Today, I'm here and I can do this video, and I'm grateful for doing this video. Then I had to charge my battery and do my script, right? I have here written a few notes so that I don't forget everything that I want to talk about. And also on my computer I did some research and so on, and now I'm able to film, and then the next part will be to edit. And now it's the dancing part, because I already got my first client, and it's time for me to and to be happy about my progress, right? And I already have 6 videos and 23 subscribers. Thank you. This is how we roll. This is what we do. Yeah, that is that. So the key lies in embracing your true nature, that part of you that also knows that you have the ability, you have the capability to achieve that goal. It will take the time that it will take, but you have inner wisdom that will guide you into achieving that soul's purpose that is yours. So we can just stop here at learning to observe the self-doubt as it passes away, right? Be the observer and say, I'm in that phase again. We can just stop there. But I guess you didn't click on this video just to say, okay, I embrace my self-doubt and everything is fine. So it's important for us, if we don't want to just accept it, to also take the other part, the active part, to take action and to do something about it. And this is when you can set more attainable goals for you for a shorter period of time, although you are dreaming big for the higher time space horizon. You dream big and then you bring them down to planning when and where you are going to do those things, and you plan them so easily. I mean, you make so small baby steps that you can do them immediately. And then another thing is to seek support, to find someone that can listen to you. That person shouldn't be someone that will bring you even more down, but it should be someone that will bring you up, or at least let you be in your self-doubt for that moment, but in the near future bring you out of that state, right? Do the confidence boosting actions that will bring you out of that state as soon as necessary. Another very important thing that you can do is to already reprogram your mind when you are not in a phase of self-doubt, or even if you are in a phase of self-doubt, feed your mind with the things that you really want to experience. Find affirmations, find visualizations that you can do constantly in order to be in that state, in that optimal state that will help you to achieve your goals. Don't exaggerate yourself or minimize yourself. Don't exaggerate your self-worth or minimize your self-worth. Instead, train yourself constantly to stay in your true self-worth, your authentic self, while you are working on becoming your more expanded self, your personal growth, right? Your environment is going to influence how you live. And if you have a environment that is in contradiction to what you really want to achieve, then you won't be at ease. It will be more difficult for you to attain your goal. Have an environment that is going to encourage you to go forward on your goal. Let's say you want to be fit and you surround yourself with all the things that are unhealthy for you, be it the people, you surround yourself with friends constantly inviting you to go to eat fast food instead of choosing healthy alternative. Around you is constantly sweets. You constantly buy sweets at home and junk food. It will be more difficult for you to attain your goal. Another useful thing to do when you feel self-doubt is to change your mindset around success and failure, understanding that they are just feedback and failure is actually an opportunity for you to learn something new. Learn something about yourself, about how you deal with fear and challenges and things not going your way, or the fear of judgment, the fear of failure, right? You learn so much about yourself. See the opportunity in that failure. For example, if my channel is not growing too fast, then it's maybe good because I am taking the time to sink into this new identity of being a YouTuber that I took for myself and being a mom at the same time, and managing my time so that I can create these videos and still have a sense of balance, right? A sense of fulfillment in my life and not become the slave of YouTube videos, right? Because I have this goal that I want to have a successful YouTube channel. So the divine orders knows better than me who wants to grow faster, right? But still I can do those steps forward, right? And introduce my program slowly in order to go over that self-doubt, that who do you think you are to think that you can be a coach or whatever, or a YouTuber or whatever, right? But by doing the action of posting the videos every week, I am proving to myself, to that part of myself that is doubting me, that I am a YouTuber because I am doing the things that YouTubers do, like posting these videos and continue to make more videos, right? I think we cannot talk about overcoming self-doubt without talking about activities that will make you feel good, and self-care activities and mindfulness activities are really good. Exercising, meditating, starting a new hobby or picking one that you really love in order to follow your curiosity. When you follow your curiosity, what will happen will be another source of inspiration coming from within, with a new sense of inspiration, a new enthusiasm that you took from that other activity, that other skill that you started learning. And talking about prioritizing your life, maybe it's not so wise to spread yourself too thin and have so many hobbies and activities that you follow at the same time, because then you cannot see the progress at one thing. By practicing mindfulness, you try to be present, to live in the present moment and not in the future or what you wanted to achieve or in the past of what you have not achieved. Our past failures are the ones that are going to inject the feeling of self-doubt when we want to achieve something. But by being present with mindfulness like meditation, you can be present and thus not stay too long in the phase like self-doubt. The inner work is going to be really beneficial, like looking at what limiting belief you have that is constantly bringing you back into doubting yourself. They are serving you in some shape or form. They wouldn't be in your life if it was not serving you. So having gratitude for the things that you don't understand, even for making you exactly who you are right now, are going to help you to love yourself fully, every part of yourself, even the part that is doubting you, and even the part that is thinking that you are supposed to be this and to be that. And like I said before, that self-doubt can be at any level. Instead of going into that rabbit hole, why not choose to love who you are right now, intellectually, physically, mentally, financially, in your relationships, love the person that you are right now. It will make the self-doubt creep away slowly and go, so that the cycle of self-doubt in your life will be less present. It will take you longer to get into a self-doubt cycle, and you will know exactly what to do in case that arises. If you are dedicated to self-mastery, understanding that it is a journey and not a destination. We work on it every day, and there are different challenges every day, and we learn to embrace them and to navigate them with a lot of self-love and self-compassion. Embracing who we are, exactly the way we are, our positive side as well as our negative side, our divine masculine side as well as our divine feminine side. When we can embrace and merge everything, this is when our true inner wisdom can shine through. Stay inspired. Until next time. Bye.